Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Level Headed, and today we're going to go over who the suspects are in the Michael Vaughn case and clear some things up and take a look at some of the other things that have been going on. I know that I have been taking a break, and I'm going to slowly come back into doing some videos and doing some other things. Just want to share my screen here real quick. Let's go here. All right. Sorry, a little rusty here. We're going to put this up on the big screen. This is the last press conference. And as the volume, you guys can hear everything. All right. I don't have the chat open. So Kelly, Dime, let's just keep it clean and delete anybody that's starting anything because I didn't set it up that way. We're going to review this last press conference. This is the last one. As far as I know, we got some suspects here. They're going to be revealed in the press conference that was had. And then we're going to go over a couple other things. I'm going to read a letter to Brandon's mother here as well. So I'm going to mute out and we're going to listen to this. I'm going to pause periodically throughout this and talk about some of the things.
All right.
Before we get into it here, I just want to say one thing that really pay attention to what they say here. That's one thing I didn't do when this press conference happened.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to start out by saying thank you to our media partners. Thanks for being here. And thank you for the continued coverage of the Michael Vaughn case. I also wanted to begin by just giving my sincere thanks to all the law enforcement agencies, local businesses, and members of the public who helped us over the course of the last year and a half of this intense investigation. More recently, during the last 3 weeks, we could not have completed the work necessary without the selfless help of others. The community support has been absolutely incredible. As you know, from the time Michael went missing, this has been an all-hands-on-deck investigation, and it remains very active and an ongoing investigation. You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop.
So that's important there. So we have multiple agencies that are still working to this day. You heard his words. He said that you're not going to take a precious citizen from them without them finishing their work. So pay attention to the things that he calls out here. And these are who suspects are, but I'm going to pause it here in a few minutes.
During the course of this investigation to date, we received credible information that the remains of Michael Vaughn could be found in the backyard at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland. As a result, the Fruitland Police Department obtained a search warrant for the residence along with the front and backyards. That search warrant was served on November 11th. It was a Friday. We served that late in the evening. Upon entry, officers encountered Sarah Wandra, one of the known occupants of the home, and Sarah was subsequently arrested based on probable cause that she had knowledge of Michael's death and failed to report that death to law enforcement. The following day, the Fruitland Police Department, joined by the Idaho State Police, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, the Fruitland Fire Department, and the Fruitland Public Works Department, began a very methodical excavation of the backyard of the Wanderers' home. During that excavation process, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue Mountain States detection dogs deployed multiple certified human remains detection dogs on the property.
So multiple human remains expert dogs were detected to the property. Listen very closely to what he says. It's important to hear out everything. There is, sorry, I got chat way over here. Hold on. I can see here. So just to clear up a couple of things, I see Cray 420 asked why somebody was there. Well, there's multiple agencies that are involved. If you see back here in this symbol, there's multiple agencies that were there. I'll stop for 1 second here. Hello, Jennifer Nobles, Kelly Dime, Earth, Bama fan, Sluggish Sleuth, Gregory, hello, how are you? And we're going to get into, just pay attention here really close to some of these things that he says. And then I'm going to tell you reasoning behind why I went live here to bring up information. So we'll definitely get into it.
All of them alerting to the presence of human remains. Ground penetrating radar was also used and deployed, detecting anomalies in the backyard.
So ground penetrating radar or sonar found anomalies in the backyard. If you don't know what that means, you can research it. It means that if they found something in the actual soil in the backyard. Hello, Missing with Amanda and Hair Curlers in Crime. Welcome in.
We completed the excavation of the entire backyard and removed over 250 yards of dirt. Prior to backfilling the yard, the dirt was meticulously sifted for any potential human remains. We did not find Michael's remains. Although the remains of Michael Vaughn were.
So I'm going to pause right there. So what he just stated is they did not find the remains of Michael Vaughn in that backyard. Now pay attention to the next parts of what he is saying.
Not recovered. We strongly believe, based on evidence, that Michael was abducted and is deceased.
So based on evidence, so that means that they have something that has led them there. What those evidence are, I don't know. That's the integrity of the case. And obviously they wouldn't say that in a press conference if they didn't have something.
And that his remains were buried and later moved from the property. As of today, the whereabouts of his remains are unknown. However, the investigation is active, fluid, and ongoing. Once the excavation was complete, we conducted a thorough search of the Wanderers' residence. The search was productive, and additional investigative evidence was recovered and is currently being processed. Evidence suggests that there are the following individuals who are currently in custody are involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughn.
So this is very important here. He's going to name Sarah and Stacy Wandra, and then you have Brandon and Adrian. So you just pay attention to what they say. After taking this in and digesting it, it makes more sense if you've been following this case. And there's going to be some reasonings behind why I'm going to read Brandon's mother's letter after this.
This is Sarah Wandra, 35 years old, Sarah lives at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Sarah has firsthand knowledge and is involved in Michael's abduction. Sarah Wandra is currently being held at the Payette County Jail for failing to report a death to law enforcement. This is Sarah's husband, Stacy Wandra, 30 years old, a male. Stacy was also living at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Stacy has firsthand knowledge and is involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughn. Stacy's currently being held in the Washington County Jail on unrelated charges.
Okay, so those were the two. So far, Sarah's the only one that's been charged with anything.
Now, the next individuals I'm going to introduce you to, let's go at the bottom there. This is Brandon Shirtliff, 30 years old, of Kuna, Idaho. Brandon was living with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance. And we believe Brandon has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Brandon is currently believed to be in North Dakota.
And that has changed. If you all follow me over on Facebook, I'm going to be posting some stuff over there. I need some help with people sharing some stuff. He does not live in North Dakota anymore. You'll find out if you follow me over on Facebook. There was business cards that were left on some windshields in a whole nother state. And I'll be posting that. I don't have that for this live, but if Kelly Dime can say if she wants in chat, but there's the Facebook link if you're not following to my group. Yes, that is Greg. And why this is important is we'll get into some of the other information where there was a letter written to Brandon's mother.
Adrian Lucien, 32-year-old male out of Toledo, Ohio. Adrian was staying with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance. And we believe that Adrian has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Adrian's currently believed to be in Toledo, but floats between Ohio and California. I strongly encourage Shirtliff and Lucien to contact the Fruitland Police Department detectives as the window of time for talking and cooperation is coming to a close. This remains an active and ongoing investigation, with conversations taking place with the Payette County Prosecutor's Office about Michael's case and those individuals involved. We also believe that there are others associated with the Wandras, Shirtliff, and Lucien, who may have knowledge of Michael's abduction, and I would strongly encourage them to come forward and speak with my detectives.
All right, did you guys all hear what he just said? That there is other people that are involved with these individuals that definitely should come forward and speak. So which one of you wants to speak first? I mean, Brandon, are you going to beat everybody to the punch, or Adrian, or the other people that are involved? Who's going to do it? Michael's still missing. He's not home with his family. He's still out there someplace. Do the right thing and let's bring Michael home. We're going to play some more of this, and then I've got some things that were said into into a chat. And I just want to let everybody know that everybody's still a suspect here. The parents have been through lie detector tests. They're fully involved with the police, have been for a long time. And they pretty much spend their life at the police station, getting new information and helping the case move along and trying to figure this all out here. So I'm going to play some more of this here.
When we finally reach the conclusion of this investigation, and I can assure you that we will, all of those who have knowledge of Michael's disappearance and have failed to report or hindered our investigation will be pursued. There's a moment in time to do the right thing and bring your information forward and cooperate. And that moment in time is now.
So this press conference was, I believe it was December 1st. I might be wrong, but I believe this press conference was December 1st. We're now on March 5th. I don't know if that window has slept away or is still out there for people to come talk. But I can tell you one thing: if somebody needs to start talking, otherwise it's just going to be as bad for all four that are shown as posters here. And supposedly there's other, according to Chief Huff just a few minutes ago, that there's other people that are associated with these people. So who knows who they are? We don't know. As far as I know, Hello Crime Lines and Lies and Ray Bird and Weird Debbie. So as far as we know, we don't know who those people are. There hasn't been another press conference. I know they're keeping it close to the vest. They're still actively working it every single day, multiple agencies. And as things unravel, I mean, I still go back to, and I'll show a picture here in a few minutes of the babysitter. I don't know. The babysitter was there. Babysitter drove by on a timeline, would have drove right by the house at the time. I don't know if that ties into it. I just know that that's out there and that's public knowledge. And we have to keep all the avenues open. So, and I did do another interview with the babysitter. It did go to Fruitland Police Department, and it will not be played on Hello Steph. It will not be played on YouTube.
To date, the Fruitland Police Department has received over 1,500 tips and leads, and we received many new leads since this phase of the investigation has began. We continue to ask our community for support and patience as we continue to aggressively work this case. We also ask that the Vaughn family's privacy continue to be respected, and we'll continue to post updates as information can be shared. Tips can be sent to findmichael at fruitland.org or to Crime Stoppers at 343cops.com or the Fruitland Police Department at 208-452-3110. Tipsters can remain anonymous. So before I open it up for questions, I just want to make it clear that this is a very active and ongoing investigation. It's super important that we maintain the integrity of this investigation. So I'd ask you that you'd please tailor your questions accordingly.
So with that being said, with the integrity of the case, they're still investigating. They still have, still working the case. There was 4 people named here. One has been charged with failure to report a death. The other 3 have not been charged yet, which hopefully something happens soon. They were at the residence. They lived at the residence when Michael was abducted. So, and if they're hindering an investigation or not coming forward, there'll probably be charges down the road. We'll have to wait to see with what happens. We'll put this one up here. Thank God for Fruitland PD, CM, the Cold Case Foundation, and so many other agencies working hard for Michael. Yeah, there was a lot of agencies helping the whole time. But we're going to get into this interview is over on KTVB. They've been very good coverage with the Michael Vaughn case. I am going to put that down just for a second. As the police chief said, that there is other people that are associated with these people. Are they involved? We don't know. This was from December, published November 23rd. There was an update on the 1st. So, all right, I'm going to show you something here first, and then I'm going to read I'm going to read the letter, but we're going to show this first. So here's a comment that was left behind. I see people saying that that the babysitter here that's on screen has been cleared. To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, has Fruitland PD come out and said that the babysitter, Jennifer Hanna, is completely cleared on a press conference? I'll wait. If they have, can you put a 1 in chat? If they have not, can you put a 2 in chat? You just want to figure this one out here, because here's a statement right onto the screen that Jennifer Hanna, she wrote it herself in another chat. I'm still a suspect. LE hasn't cleared me yet. And these trolls are still trying to tie me to it all. No trolls trying to tie you into it. You're just not cleared as not being a suspect yet. So at that point, we can talk about it all we want. I'm not going to go into depth on some of the things that I know or some of the things that are out there, but I did do a video. It's in my play section where there is the babysitter was talking with somebody and was doing a timeline, and things don't make sense to me in that timeline. Furthermore, my second interview, things don't make sense either. So, and in Brandon's little interview that he did with Jonathan Lee Riches, those things don't add up either. Just to put it out there for you all, I've taken a look at those. I want to put up one more here. And this is going to be, I'm going to post these so you guys can share them again. I want to put up this one because I think this is important. We are dealing with some people that aren't telling the truths. So here we have Brandon on the far left. Here we have Jen, babysitter, in the middle. And here we have Adrian on the far right. The two on the left and the right, on the far left and the far right, were in the residence at the time. The one in the middle was the babysitter. So I will be posting this as well because Brandon was not truthful in his interview. And then this one's timeline doesn't add up. This one has hid. I don't know if I heard something that he was on social media or something, or I don't know if he's still around someplace. I don't know where he is or what he's doing. So we'll be posting this one out there. Now I'm going to get into the letter here. So the letter was written by somebody that's a friend. You'll see when I read the letter here. And then we'll, before I go, Novelist True Crime did do a very, very good video just the other day. So if you guys aren't subscribed to him, you should go check that out. Brandy was telling me that before this live when I was speaking with her, that he did a very good video. And he's the one that runs the Find Michael Vaughn website and has put that all together for the family. He's been a very big supporter throughout this whole thing. Brandon and Adrian need to contact the LE pronto. Yeah, that is very, very true. All right, we are going to, I'll show you how I got here. So there's a website. It's findmichaelvaughn.com. So the website looks like this. You go down. If you want to send a tip, the tip goes right to Fruitland. I just want to read this. Our family asked for privacy at this time. All media inquiries should be directed to monkeymedia208@gmail.com. This includes YouTubers, podcasters, and anyone else covering the story. If you've spoken to the family personally before, they do not want to be interviewed or on panel and do not want to be contacted via messenger. So that's pretty much out there. We are going to go to this letter, an open letter to Tina Morale, mom to mom. Your son knows more than what's being said. I'm going to go off screen here or figure out how I can go at the bottom here. Let me see if I can make this bigger here. All right, now you guys can see. Dear Tina, recently you spoke to KTVB reporter. So Tina is Brandon's mother. So we're going to read this out here. The whole article is over here. I suggest if you don't understand what I'm saying or want to go back through and take a look, definitely do so. So thank you, Callie Dime, for putting that in there. They haven't. Oh, they haven't. I was told the Detective Crimin. So here we go. So they haven't cleared her yet. I was told by Detective Crimin. They haven't. I was told by Detective Crimin. I don't know who Detective Crimin is. So that's until Chief Huff comes out and does the press conference, then it is what it is there. So, dear Tina, recently spoke to KTVB reporters through Facebook Messenger, and your interview was part of the larger story on the abduction of Michael Vaughn. Although you and I have never met, I can't stop thinking about you after reading the article and the subsequent video segment. Like you, I live in the Treasure Valley and have adult age sons in my situation. I raised them alone. This is written by a friend of the family here. She's been around for a long time. She's done a lot of good things, just to put it into perspective. I raised them alone and often worried, feared that they would get involved in situations above them and ones they couldn't find themselves easily out of. I honestly can't imagine being in your shoes and having law enforcement show up to search for the potential remains of a small child, one whose disappearance they strongly believe your son has firsthand knowledge, if not involved in. I find it odd that not many people are talking about what was divulged during your portion of the article. It's this that has me floored. There's so many things you said that just do not make sense to me. You see, I've not only been actively following this case, but I've been part of a larger group of a community of volunteers that has come together and been consistently working with the family on a variety of things like poster distribution, media interviews, Amber Alert reform, community awareness events, and even just being part of their support system in the darkest moments. The first time I ever met Michael's parents, Brandy and Tyler, was Christmas Eve 2021, merely months after their son was taken, and the night before what should have been the most joyous family morning. I did not know them prior to Michael's abduction. In the times since, I have come to know this family. I have personally witnessed a strength that is indescribable among all of them. I have developed a friendship with Brandy specifically that has literally changed my life. I remember one time she called me from work. She ran outside sobbing, just called because she needed an ear. Her sobs were uncontrollable, gasping for breaths in between. Just hearing it made me start to cry. What had upset her, you might wonder. She saw a little boy shopping that reminded her of Michael. Even the sound of this child's voice made her want to run up and grab this boy and just hug him so hard. Just her describing how hard that hug would be and how much she missed hugging Michael in between sobs physically made my arms ache for my own boys. I wanted to badly I wanted so badly to hug my own little boys, now grown and on their own. I wanted so bad to be able to bring Michael home, to do anything to help stop the suffering. All I could do was listen and cry, which again brings me back to you. Wouldn't you want to do the same? Do anything you could to help end her suffering, to help bring Michael home? I don't believe you do, because you aren't. The fact that you admittedly know where your son physically is, and you personally haven't driven there to drag his shirtless, hot tub and beer drinking ass back to Idaho to do whatever he could to help is mind boggling to me. It's what I would have done. And I would have smacked his father upside his head for partying it up with him on YouTube while a little boy is still missing. I'm sure you've seen that interview. It's not possible you haven't at this point. Your son admits he was with these people on the day Michael was abducted. Evidence exists to show these people are involved. Your son was there. While he can exclaim, not in front of my eyes, the fact remains he was there. He said it. He described their whole airport pickup, Applebee's, Munchkin adventures along the route. And now we know he possibly involved you as a cadaver dog. Don't hit on feces. I'm shaking my head, Tina. Really, I'm going to give you one here and assume maybe the cadaver dogs didn't actually alert to remains and you. An untrained individual wouldn't know what that looked like anyway and assumed because they dug, the dogs had alerted. Since Ellie hasn't publicly said if these dogs alerted to human remains or not, like they confirmed what happened at the Wanderers home, where your son was staying the evening Michael was taken, then we can't confirm. We have to go by what you said. I understand your family has an attorney. I would too. I still would have dragged Brandon back here by now to talk because he's not talking. Neither are the Wanderers or Adrian Lucing or anyone else that was around these people at the time of the abduction. While you state that your attorney is going to be addressed the slander, as it should be innocent before proven guilty, right? I'm sure your attorney has advised you that that's not slander when your son is a person of interest in an abduction and possibly murder of a small framed 5-year-old little boy. If you want to talk about slander and public accusations, you should actually go to YouTube or Twitter and search hashtag Brandy Neal or hashtag Tyler Vaughn, and you'll get a mere taste of slander these parents have endured since July 27, 2021, when their baby was abducted. For the most part, what you will find is the internet calling Tyler a killer, claiming that, as statistics say, it's always the parents and him being the only parent home at the time. He must have done it. If you dig a little further, you'll find Twitter sleuths who actually befriended Brandy on the false pretenses that they had experienced in finding missing children, only to gain her trust, record her, and put out clips to try and challenge the official timeline and point fingers at the parents. Some of these recordings claimed a vehicle in question that police were still seeking info on was not in question. One creator claimed they hired a private investigator because the parents didn't want to find their own child, so he had to do it. Other creators ran smear campaigns, claiming the family denied outside agencies help and subsequently called CPS reports on several people who supported the family. They were confronted at their jobs and called murderers. Their older children were bullied at school, all while at home, babysitter cries daily for Michael. She even picks up toy phones and pretends to call him. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. All while at home, baby sister cries daily for Michael. She even picks up the toy phone and pretends to call him. One time I was on the phone with Brandy and could hear the little ones crying in the background. Tyler was trying to console her. Brandy says to her, "Do you want to go to the store with Mama and get some snacks?" And she just screamed, "No, monkey first," and then just started sobbing. This clip is forever pierced in my memory. Just typing it now, I can hear and my eyes start to well up. We all just cried with her because, yeah, monkey first. But we can't get monkey. We don't know where he is. Can you even imagine the pain and the trauma this little one is growing up with? She was merely 1 year old, not quite even 2 yet, when her big brother, best friend, and entire world was stripped from her life. She still does not understand. And you want to cry slander. You have no clue what this family is going through. You claim to be religious, allegedly praying with police while serving them food as they dug for remains of this baby boy under your house. Come on. They did not come over for spaghetti night. I surely hope your faith is pulling at you. I hope your God is weighing heavy on your guilt. You can do more. You know you can. Please do the right thing. Get your son back to Idaho and help find Michael. Lana Westbrook, Monkey's Army. All right, let's talk about this. So here, we're going to talk about this first. Please do the right thing. Get your son back to Idaho and find Michael Vaughn. Well, I'm gonna help you here. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a campaign. You need to follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter because that's where I'm going to be doing it. And I'll be doing it over here on YouTube too. So we're going to do a campaign. Somebody's son here wants to open up a business into a community and put business cards on everybody's windshield at the mall to try to drum up business. After there was an article already written in the other town that he was in North Dakota, so he had left the state. Level-headed also said law enforcement is said to expose information on a babysitter, but they don't know who he is. You're polar, so I don't know who you are. Anyways, so I am going to, we are going to, she has been cleared. Good day, everyone. No, she hasn't. I haven't seen a press conference or anything that says that. What we're going to do here is do a campaign. We're going to start letting the residents of that neighborhood know that there is a business owner that is going around trying to drum up business while a person of interest into a case. You will see soon. Some of us actually speak to. Yeah, can you please kick them? So definitely we'll be doing that over here. I thought it was important to speak about this article here. I have a lot of the same instances with them. I call over to Brandy, the little one, Buggy, is on the phone. It's just a joyous little child, but she goes through it too, and she's just a little one. You also have other siblings that are there that go through all of this as well. So there's always lots of questions. I am proud of Brandy for bringing her family together as one to talk about things that they can talk about and to wait until they get a little older to talk about things that they can't talk about. It takes a strong person in order to do that. And as everything goes, people should be very cautious when they're doing lives, when they're hashtagging. You have a family that's hurt, that's crushed. All they want is to bring their son home one way or another. And you need to put yourself in their shoes. I can't imagine. I'm not in their shoes. Yeah, I'm gonna walk the day in their shoes. You don't know what it's like to get up out of bed every day and you're still missing your son. Knowing all this information that I just showed you, you don't know. All the other things that are surrounding the case. That was a very well put letter there. Thanks, Lana Westbrook, for writing that. It's definitely needed. There is this is Novelist True Crime does this. There is monkey mail, flyers, posters. Oh, you can't see what I'm looking at here. So I will share the screen again here. Let's do it like this. Videos, little monkey, there's pictures. There's hashtags here. They can use some of those. I mean, at this point, you guys all heard it into the thing. They have evidence that Michael Vaughn is deceased. So now I'm going to start using the hashtag justice for Michael Vaughn. At one point, we need to know the truth. And we're going to start putting some pressure where pressure needs to be put. That's not what I said. I said I was told the lead detective that I am not suspect. What I said no to was, hold on here. That's not what I said. I said I was told by the lead detective that I'm not suspect. What I said no to was there has not been a statement publicly put out. Well, so I think you're getting things confused here. So you say lead detective. So the lead detective that you work with or the lead detective of the actual case, because that's two different things. So you should rethink about what you say that the lead detective is. So there's a detective that works the case, and then there's a detective that talks to you. And you're the detective that talks to you. I don't know if he's the lead or not, but you should be just letting you know that. But you did not say that, so we'll have to go back to this here. You didn't say that? I mean, I haven't heard otherwise from law enforcement, because that was the big thing that was put around everywhere was law enforcement didn't say that. Law enforcement said that they took the focus off of Brandy and Tyler and Bob and say that they're fully vetted or however they wanted to say it. And they said that they weren't cleared. So until law enforcement comes out and says something publicly, we'll just put that right there. But I don't have any time for it. So your interview that we did and the different things that are put in there and the different things that don't make sense will have to be put on hold until justice for Michael is done. And here, we'll just clarify this for you, Jen. And hello, CJ. It's just nice to see you here. So I'll just let you know right now that Crimin and Toll, you mean the detectives that you work with, not lead detectives, maybe your lead detectives, but not the lead detectives of the Michael Vaughn case. So yes, they are detectives, not leads. There. Sorry, I got names mixed up. Is the lead detective on Michael's case. Crimin and Toll are the lead detectives. I don't know who Crimin is. They are partners. Okay. I've spoken to Juanita several times. Anyways, we'll get back to what we're doing here. So until law enforcement comes out publicly and says that this still stands, I don't believe that they've cleared anybody. I do know that they're when they did do their thing with the Vons, the press conference when they did the unveiling of the semi trailers, that they did say that the parents were not the focus of the investigations. They did not say that they were cleared in that thing. What that meant is that they fully vetted them to fully support and work with law enforcement. So you can say what it is, whether it's cleared, not cleared. It doesn't matter in the eyes of the people that are surrounded in the support system for the family, nor for the family. We know what's going on. They know what's going on, and that's what's important. The rest of this stuff, whether they're cleared, whether they're not, is just shenanigans. I don't know, Jennifer Hanna. You may be cleared. You may not be. I don't know. Law enforcement hasn't cleared anybody in the case. So therefore, we stick to facts and we stick to law enforcement. So we'll be. I will be coming back and doing some lives. As much as I can. I did put a statement over on my community tab, and my Facebook and Twitter, if you want to know what's going on. That's what was going on. But I have now made it my mission to be 100% be able to come back and start getting justice for Michael Vaughn and going from there. If you haven't checked out Novelist True Crimes videos, definitely go over there. He just did one. It was posted in chat here not too long ago. Definitely is one that you're going to want to take a look at. And if you guys are listening, Brandon, Adrian, you still have a chance. I mean, I don't know who's going to speak first, but you still both have a chance. Fruitland's phone number, I believe, was at the beginning. I believe it's in here. Hold on here 1 second. I will bring that up for you. Bear with me 1 second here. Hello, Sassy Gigi. Thank you for becoming a member. So we're just going to go right here. Payette County Sheriff's Office is 208-6. You can see 208-642-6006. Call 911. Call that number. Any tips? Brandon, Adrian, call the number. I don't know who's going to do it first, but one of you should do something. Definitely need to find Michael Vaughn. He's still missing. I think the family's been through enough. Let's just get the truth out there and let's get what happened out there. Let's, you were in the house and when the abduction happened. And I recall in some papers that I went over through some arrest reports that somebody was living there a lot longer. I think Brandon was living there a lot longer. I'd have to go back and without pulling it up here, but if you go and take a look at some paperwork, I believe you can tie some things together and definitely take a look at some of that other stuff that's in there. There's been a lot of hidden things within different media stuff. So when you go back and you look, if you've been following this case for a while, it's definitely well worth a look to go take a look at some of the old press conferences, some of the old interviews, trying to tie some of the who's going to get that deal, start talking. There's little bits and pieces that they've left behind. And when you tie it all together, you'll see that the police have made progress from the beginning of the case. It's just tying all the loose ends and the different people that are involved, tying them all together and helping do all that stuff. And in my absence here from YouTube didn't mean that I stopped doing things. I was still actively doing things to this day. I just wasn't on YouTube to put those out there. As if you look at my community tab, it will definitely tell you what I was doing. So who's going to get that deal? Start talking. And I don't know. I know some things I can't say right now, but Adrian, if you're watching this, you need something, or you need to reach out to a creator or anybody. You want to do anything, you want to speak up. There's a lot of open ears to listen to what you got to say. Now's the time to do it, as it's still relevant out there. And Adrian, you can you can still do the right thing. You can still talk. Brandon, start talking. But anyways, I just wanted to do a short live. I want to do one more thing here real quick. If you haven't watched Christine 555's video, I'm going to take this off of here. If you haven't watched Christine 555's video on Michael Vaughn, if you go over to her channel, I think I added it into my playlist. Go give it a thumbs up. It kind of shows Brandy's journey, kind of shows everything that's going. That was who Monkey is, and I also have some other live are down there too in my playlist. And I try to stick to facts here, try to stick to what's going on, and we'll just keep it that way. As always, thank you everybody for watching. Please hit that thumbs up. If you have questions or certain concerns, definitely put them in the comments section, because some of them I want to try to answer as many of them as I can. So if there's a thought, a theory, any of that stuff, put it in the comments section. If I said something wrong, put it in there. And I'm one to correct myself. I try to do everything correctly here. And I'm human too. I make mistakes too. At the end of the day, Michael Vaughn's still missing. We want to bring him home. And his family deserves the closure that they need. And so do his siblings. And definitely go from there. So before we leave, Frilly and FBI are listening. Adrian and Brandon, do yourselves a favor and tell Ellie you know. Yeah, I listen to everything, and I'll say hi to him right now. I hope this was a good one for you guys to watch, as I know that you guys watch a lot of things and do a lot of different watching of the case, and a lot of different social media stuff. So thank you, Callie. On that note, we're going to do what I always do. And if you do have other missing kids things that you want me to do a live on, or get some social media presence out there, I'm going to have limited time doing this, as I'm trying to balance work life and YouTube. So, but I'll try to do as much as I can for any of them that are out there. Please don't hesitate to send me a message. And as I always say, if you see something, say something. And that's for you, Adrian and Brandon. If you saw something, say something. Until the next one, guys.